Right, so this will be your demo for doing the Maya 9 assignment using our new deformers. I should note right now, folks, that my computer crashed over the weekend, so my Maya 9 the lecture of the notes is not available, so that will not be on this video. So if you need the notes, you gotta get a paper copy from me. But I think we're all good on that. Okay, so what are we doing with these two objects? So on the left hand side, we're going to use what we have here to do some twists, and on the right hand side, we're going to do some bends. So this will all be written down in the quest log later today. Now I'm going to just start with explaining what we're going to do here, and then I'll get into actually doing it. So on this one, you'll notice you cannot select the black part of this handle, and I did that because you are going to be using these two to do twists independently of one another. And this middle part, if you remember from the lecture, you saw that if you ran a twist and did it with just certain faces selected, you would also have a tendency to break the model because it's trying to twist the faces that you didn't select, or excuse me, the vertices on the edge of the faces you didn't select. So it can be problematic. So instead, I've given you two separate little cylinders here. It's typically better to work with twists this way. So you're going to twist these. But first, you need to make some kind of design on them so that you can, because you just twist these with nothing on it. You're just twisting. It's not going to do anything. So you need to do something like, do something like this. So I'm going to grab these faces here and extrude them. Now on this thing, I'm going to do the same thing. Take these and extrude them. Alright. You can also, for those of you that are wanting it to be even on both of them and you don't like that I just did these two separately, you can see here my local translate is 0.024. If I click on here and on my extrude, go down, my local translate is 0.022. I'll just change this number to 0.024. And now they are the same. Haha! Now, what I'm going to do is take this in object mode, deform nonlinear, twist. Ah, intriguing. So, the twist handle is perpendicular to my object, which means that if I go and spin my end angle, it's going to do weird things. So you do not want that to happen. So remember, your deformer handle is an object. So I'm going to select it in object mode, go into my rotate tool, and on my x-axis, we'll just put that 90 degrees. And now we're good. So now I'll go, turn my end angle up. I'll do it negative, that way I can see this on the top. So maybe negative 135. As long as I can see that you ran a twist, it doesn't really matter that much. So you just need to extrude something and then twist it. So this one, I need to add a bend handle to, or a deform handle as well. So nonlinear twist. Again, same issue. So I'm going to, again, rotate it 90 degrees so my bend handle is going the right way. And then under my twist inputs, I'm going to go to my start angle and spin it negative 135. So now you can see on both sides, I got this little design here on my handle. Now, who wants to sound smart out there? What do I need to do to lock this in permanently? Merge? What? Who actually is smart and wants to raise their hand? Delete the thing. What do we do? You gotta delete history. Protect yourself from your parents' prying eyes by deleting your history. So I'm gonna select all of these objects. So I'm selecting both the cylinders that I twisted as well as the bend handles. And then you go to Edit, Delete by Type, history. And now those are permanent. You will not be graded if your bend handles are still visible, because that means you cannot follow directions. So, on to the second one down here. I've already extruded for you, and it's just one big ol' twist. We just put a twist on there, same problem. Rotate it 90 degrees. I think all of them are going to have that problem because I froze their transformations. So, not that that really matters, but just pointing that out there. So I'm going to set my start angle to 90 and my end angle to -90, which maths out to how many degrees? 180. Yay! Yay! We can do math in the morning on a Monday. All right, so I got that locked in, or ready to go to get locked in. Edit, delete by type, history, blam. Good. So that's your twist work. I should see this nice, beautiful handle down here. You don't have to use my exact numbers that I used for these. Again, whatever values, as long as it's clear that you know how to use the deform handles. So if you want to twist this 360 or whatever, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care. Now, on this side, now we're working with bend. So, I'm going to start with my top ones here, and you'll notice that the two sides of this are blue, because you are going to do two different bends on this object on these groups of 5 faces, or 5 segments and 5 segments. So I'm going to switch into my face selection mode, and I'm just going to click and drag and select so that I have all of these faces plus the ones on the side. Don't forget those. That's a rookie mistake to make. So I got that. I'm going to go ahead and go to my deform, nonlinear, and bend. Now again, my bend handle's sticking up. Easy fix. Rotate it 90 degrees on the X. Yay! Alright. So you will notice, now I'm going to go add to my curvature. My curvature should be 90 degrees because we're bending it into the object. Oh, -90 degrees. But you'll see that is not the outcome that we want. So who can tell me, who thinks they know what I should do next? Who remembers the notes from last week? If I want to fix this side so that it is not being affected anymore. Anyone remember what they were called? They're in the inputs over here.
Yeah, suspicion I have suspicion that either the low bound or high bound.
Omar has got it. Yes, the low bound or high bound. So figure out which one it is. I'm going to set my low bound to 0. There you go. Boom. And so now we have this side bending in. I'm going to switch over into face mode. Do the same thing. Let me make sure I have the exact faces I want. Okay, that should be right. So deform, nonlinear, bend, and same problem. Flip it 90 degrees. Put my bend, curvature -90 degrees. And this time I'm guessing it's going to be the high bound. Set that to 0. Boom. And so now my blue handle, it's bent in. Oh. Alright, so this will also be a test of faith for you guys. So now you can notice that my handle is not actually touching onto the thing. So you could just move the whole object forward when you're done. But for those of us that are cool, I'm going to grab both the bend handles and push them forward. And you can see how that is pushing this forward as well, so that it goes inside. And so if I get that like that, now my handles are, oh, not quite, I don't think. Oh, maybe there. Well, I can do it from inside actually. If okay, they are inside. Bingo. Bingo. Okay, so we're good. So, object mode. Select them. Edit. Delete by type. History. Blam.
Wait, so what does delete history exactly mean?
Yes. Yeah, you can't go back and mess with that anymore. You make it a permanent effect.
Oh, so basically make it undoable.
Undoable. Okay. So for the bottom one, this is much more straightforward. Deform. Non-linear. Bend. Rotate it 90 degrees. And then curvature, negative 90. Boom. Is this one touching? Yes. Okay, cool. So once you have that, you can mess with this if you want. I'm not saying you need to, but okay, so I'll make it like that. All right. Select it all, edit, delete by type, history. So at the end, it'll have 2 bent handles on these drawers for this one, 2 fancy looking twisted handles on this one, and I should see absolutely no deform handles when I open your file to grade it. Absolutely none. So when in doubt, at the end, grab all your objects and edit, delete by type, history. Just, there's no reason not to. All right. So that is how you do the deform practice. So I'm going to stop the recording.